Yes, that is Anomaly.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Zoe back with yet another video featuring my homegirl that's above me, Sabrina Beam. Sabrina, introduce yourself to the people one more time. They seen you before, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. Hey y'all, my name is Sabrina. I don't know what to say.
I don't know, where can they find you at? What do you do? Who
I'm a teacher, full-time teacher, part-time entrepreneur, I'm an author, a daughter, a servant, a sister, a friend, that's me in a nutshell.
Because she is my friend. Okay, where can the people find you if they want to follow you with something?
They can find me on my website, sabrinaevans.net.
A
They
website.
can find me on Instagram
Website.
as Sabrina L. Evans, or they can find me on Twitter as Sabrina L. Evans with 2 S's.
Period. Okay, because my girl's a what? An author, so you already know we talking.
This is a supportive human being, just supportive.
We talking about
SUPP.
I be trying to support, but just know we finna talk about this good book right here. It's not the good book, but this good book.
BIBLE.
It is the word for me.
Hey.
I put a little bit. I know you remember that.
Somebody was just preaching and sung that, and I was like, "Yo, that took me
back to 5 years old.
Vacation Bible school."
Bro.
Church.
They don't know because the kids don't grow up like that these days, so y'all don't even know. But no, we talking about Anomaly, written by that lovely lady Sabrina Evans. So we got some questions. They came from myself, not from no audience, just me. Just me wanting to know. So what does anomaly mean? Because some of the folk they not. They down here like myself was, because I didn't know, I couldn't even pronounce that. Anomaly.
Anomaly. The people was, and then right. Right. But no, anomaly means literally, Webster means deviating from what is standard, what is normal, what's expected. But in my head, it means the same. Yeah. I think anomaly definitely just means that your puzzle. You're a part of a bigger thing. You're a part of a puzzle as well. I remember, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but yeah, it means that you're a part of a bigger purpose. You have a fit in that, and it connects to other people. So not only is your difference, for people to see, and for people to understand that that's your difference, but it's also for people to see, to connect and know that there's something in you that you need to give to the world and you have to offer to the world. I still remember, shout out to our church. I still remember when Apostle was 15, and Apostle made this analogy to the church, like the church at large being like a quilt. And each person has a patch. And that's like anomaly, that's essentially even that principle, and that analogy, like being literally anomaly, like we're all one quilt, one world, one everything, but we all have different functions and different purposes on that thing. So
question number one
of the best question askers.
What was your inspiration for writing Anomaly?
So my inspiration for writing Anomaly was my transition to college. So I transitioned to college. I grew up in the church, since even in Anomaly, you guys will hear me say that with the white, the white socks with the little ruffles around it, like that. Okay. But I grew up in the church. I grew up in amazing churches as well, like just blessed churches. So when I got to college, like I kind of went on this quest for truth. And I was like, Lord, like I really need you to reveal yourself to me. Like my parents know you, these people know you. I don't know you like that. So once I really started like following after Christ in 2016, I was like, Lord, like nobody's really, I don't feel like a lot of like young people really know how to navigate like their 20s, especially in college, like 18, 19, 20, some people go in 17, but like people don't really know how to navigate through that being a believer. Like it's either you gotta be corny, either you gotta be strict, or it's like nobody really nobody really teaches about like just being your authentic self and growing every single day. So that was my biggest inspiration, like a need. And then like, I feel like the Lord was like, here, I want you to meet that need by writing Anomaly.
Because you know what they used to say in the church, where there's a need, so a what? A seed. And that's what she did with this book. Okay. Get you a copy. Okay. Ooh, what is your favorite chapter in the book?
Somebody asked me this. Well, a couple of people asked me this.
I had to quiz it. How many chapters are in your book? 8. Oh, okay. Can't stump it.
Ooh.
You want the titles to refresh?
It's gotta be either one of the relationships, either about friendships.
Which one? Chapter 1, relationship check, or chapter 6, healthy relationships?
It's one of those.
Those
are my favorite too. Those are my favorite. Well, can I really say I have a favorite though? I don't have a favorite, but if I had to choose, it would definitely be about relationships. But I think I love the chapter. I literally love my entire book, but like I love the identity. Like I love the because I all feel like they stem from, everything stems from identity, like our money management, like our time management, our friendships, what we want to do with our social life. Like it all stems from identity in Christ. So I love all of them.
That's good.
That's my runaround answer.
No, but I feel like I was like, let me see if she has one. Because perhaps it was one that you spent, a lot more time on than maybe the others. Because I feel like that happens when you're trying to write and produce things. You happen to spend you might have spent more time on just let me look at the chapters. You might have spent more time on relationship check, you know what I'm saying? Or on relationship check and healthy relationships, because like you said, all that, it makes the purity is real. It makes the why are you here, the social, all those things. Even down to that last chapter about depression, like having relationships definitely probably stems. So you could have ended up spending more time on those. But all right.
Sorry, but another one I really liked, it's not a chapter, but the intro. I really liked writing the introduction. I vividly remember finishing the intro and like I just was so excited. Like I remember, I think I was either at my parents' old house or I was at my at 13, 18, one of the two. But I just remember I was like, like I was so excited. So I still remember that feeling towards the introduction. I was like, man, this is real. And I didn't even write the introduction first. So I was like, I feel it.
No, that's good. And y'all, please forgive my puppy in the background. He'll make a guest appearance at the end because he does much. Okay, what was your favorite part of the writing process? And if not a favorite part, what was most maybe monumental from the writing process?
I think maybe two things. One, writing without looking for an error. Like that was really, really fun. And at times right. And at times it was a little challenging, especially when I was like, man, I want to finish. But then I had to remember, like, even starting out writing the book, like a lot of my book came from journals, like just writing like to myself, or whatever. So remembering that, like, to not write for and looking for errors and just free write, like that was very exhilarating. I think my other part of the writing process was the process. I don't even like, I think the process in general, like seeing only one page of journal, entry to a full book. I was like, the part whole, seeing each part like come together. I really like that. But I think my favorite was definitely like looking, not writing to look for errors, or even while I was writing, not looking for errors. That was fun. It was fun.
That's really good. And I like that you said that, because like I said, I feel like we're trained sometimes to have to produce something that's going to give us an expected end, instead of just being able to produce just to have something. So I really appreciate that, even for, myself trying to get started. Jesus. Started. Okay. What is something that you want the readers to gain from reading Anomaly?
I think the biggest thing, even with Anomaly now as like a brand too, I think is just really accepting your difference. I think for a long time, like I wrote this not just from, you know, there's not enough or there's a need, but even going kind of back to the first question, like I really wrote Anomaly because I struggled my entire life with my uniqueness and my difference. Like I never could sin the same. You know how people be saying that? Like I never could sin the same. I couldn't do different things because of who I came from. You know, my parents, you know, their fear of the Lord, like their prayers and things.
Sharon.
Okay. So I was always like feeling like I had to, you know, appease people, please people. And so it was really a struggle for me to accept the fact that like Sabrina, like you're different in a good way, you know, because I feel like sometimes that's a big thing with Anomaly. Like I don't want people to get is like, oh, I'm different, you know, boo. But no, you're different to serve people. I'm different. Yeah, you are, but you're only different to fit with somebody else, you know. Like I think the biggest picture even is like the front cover of the book, which I got in a dream, but the front cover of the book is like a puzzle, and that's how I think about even right. Okay,
okay.
but it's legitimately a puzzle, and I think that that's what I want people to get from Anomaly is that you're not different to stand alone, you're not different to be by yourself, you're not different for any of those things, but you're different to literally like a puzzle, like the different edges, like you're different to connect with other people. That's the only reason why you're different. And so when you're not accepting your difference, when you're not accepting your identity, your calling, whatever it may be, your purpose, like you're literally not filling in, there's holes in the puzzle of the earth. Like there's holes in America, in the world, because a lot of people are not accepting their difference and everybody's trying to be a carbon copy of somebody else. So that's the biggest thing. It's like, own your difference, love your difference. I still have things even in my life that I'm still understanding and I'm still growing in and I'm still accepting. And that's the journey of life. Like that's the beauty of it. But that's the biggest thing is especially correlating to the book, as being a college believer and as being a Christian in college and following after Christ in college. First of all,
yes,
like it's real out here. Like
okay,
it's real out here, but Jesus is even realer. So like the fact that you are going after Christ and you are committed to your relationship and your walk with the Lord in college during such a pivotal time in life and such a pivotal just very vulnerable years of your life is huge. So I would just say to continue to accept yourself and accept, just like you have to die to yourself daily, you have to learn and choose God daily. Same thing for yourself, you know, learn yourself daily, accept yourself daily, and accept what God has called you to do daily. That's the biggest thing I want people to get from Anomaly. Biggest.
That's so good. I mean, because she went on a little preach, okay? Because y'all know she a teacher of the gospel, amen. And, you know, in general. But my biggest thing that she said, and I promise, you know how people be like, what lives in your head rent free? When Sabrina kept talking about difference, our prophetess said one time and one time only, your difference is the difference. And I mean, prophetess Daniel Hathaway, shout out to you, mama. But literally, that lives in my head rent free. So hearing Sabrina say that every time she said, I was just like, yes, because your difference is the difference. So yes, be different. Okay, because love it. Okay, next question. You're doing so well. See, I knew nothing could catch you by surprise. Okay, because you failed. Shanto. Okay. No, let me stop. But
I'm like, yo, where's this stuff coming from? Jesus.
Shanto. Okay. Okay, yeah. Since launching and publishing Anomaly, how have you seen your life change? Because we're not the same. You're not the same. She is not the girl I met in 2013. Glory.
Wow, that's a loaded.
She's not even the same person that she was before she wrote the book, because I lived with her in the writing process. And that was, I want to call it like 2017, 18-ish. So even from then to, you published last year, correct, in 2020?
2019.
2019, yes. So
but I know the year be skipping.
Yeah, no, yeah. So because we were supposed to do our launch. We still gonna launch, amen. But having to see her through the process and even coming on the other side of this is still very different. So yeah, how's your life changed?
Like it's night and day. Everything is night and day. And I love questions like this because they're so reflective and they just like make me feel like, yo, like God, you faithful. But like I feel like my life has changed, like I said, night and day in the way I feel like my biggest change has been perspective in life, you know. Like the point of even being here, like the point of even being on earth, like I feel like that's been my biggest perspective change and eternity, and what are we leaving to the next generation, you know, what are we leaving to our children, our students, for us, you know, our students, and what are we leaving to those next, that they understand these different things that we've struggled with, you know, what are we really bringing into that. And I feel like that mindset has been so ingrained in me now because of publishing and because of getting the book out there. I think that's one big thing, is just my mindset on life, which is probably foundational, but my mindset on life, my confidence, my willingness to believe, like, you know, my drive for life has increased. I've always been a very go-getter, risk taker type of human being, like my whole life, except for when I was like, you know, 3 and under. But other than that, like I've always been kind of like go-getter, but
Right.
it grows with time. And I know that has everything to do with, you know, like the puzzle piece, you know, being connected to the people that you're supposed to be connected to, you know, them pouring into you, you pouring into them. So definitely in my identity, in my confidence, in my mindset overall, in my pockets. Amen.
Okay, because money come in. Okay. What Apostle be saying is what monetize the struggle or whatever. It's not whatever. You know what you be saying, Pops. Anyways. So I feel like you may have touched on it a little bit. Excuse me, sorry. I feel like you may have touched on it a little bit already, but in choosing the title for your book, why did you choose the word anomaly? We got the definition, but what was like, because you could have been like, college for 21, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like it's, because I feel like it's kind of a self-help book, but you can, you know, correct me if I'm wrong in that sense, but you could have been like college tips for the Christian believer, you know what I'm saying? Some cliche and whack. So I mean, God bless those that have those books, amen. But you know why? Why the word anomaly for your book title?
I remember after getting, because I didn't have a name for the book, I didn't have nothing for the book. I just had
the word,
my journals, you know, and wanting to write about being a college believer. But then after what happened after I got the book cover, that was when I was like, okay, like what is this, Lord? But it was all about being different, you know, and like sanctification, being set apart, being you know, being made holy. And so I looked up words that like kind of fit with that, and then I remember stopping on Anomaly, and I was like,
I like that one.
Yo, it hit me, and I was like, this is it. But like all my life, even my parents would describe me as, shout out to my parents, but my parents would describe me as very different. I was always doing just weird stuff growing up. Like I was the jokester, like I was the clown in the house, but like I was just doing all weird stuff. So they were always, you know, you're very unique. You're very like you're very different. And so like that even related to my life too, as an anomaly, as everybody is.
Okay, come on now, as everyone is. That's what it is. Okay. What's one piece of advice that you wished you had before entering college? This could be generic, this could be, you know, Christian standpoint, whatever, however you want to put it. It could be whatever.
I personally, I feel like I got a lot of advice before going into college. Personally, like in my probably my humanity. I think my two that I definitely would say that I wish I had way more advice, and probably just a more willingness to learn about it. Maybe that's the problem, because sometimes the advice be there, but the willingness be there.
Okay.
But definitely about money, budgeting, financial aid, loans.
Set up the credit card ahorita, because
Like that's number one, numero uno. And that's and it's people are probably like, wait, what does that have to do with being a college believer? Because your money belongs to Jesus, and if you don't know how to use it, then you can't really glorify him with it. But no, like money. I feel like my dad has always taught us about money and drill like kingdom principles. And I was not listening. We was trying to be out here talking to people and partying and doing stuff. Like we won't worry about that. But I think even teaching like young adults and preteens and teens and all of that, I would probably teach them like listen, like the art of listening, because that was a big thing, especially like budgeting and money management. Number one. Two, I think I wish I had a better understanding of sexuality. I think there was a lot of even going to like the school that we went to, like a lot of exposure to different things, like like just a lot. So I think if I had, like, we talk about purity, and even the message on pure, or the chapter on purity, I wish I had a better understanding of that, of just what purity really means, and like in sexual purity and just sexuality in general. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean to a believer? Like, how do we walk with people? All of those things. I feel like I wish I would have definitely had a better understanding of, because one of my things and one of my struggles in the past that God has delivered me from has definitely been masturbation and pornography. So I wish I would have had more talks about that and actually been more open about my own struggle, because my parents, I didn't tell my parents for a long time. So hey, Keith. Wait a minute. Yeah, I wish I would have had that. Those two were probably my main ones.
And that's so crazy, because I was like, when she was talking about purity, I was gonna be like, we ought to have a little story time for back in the day, y'all, because this girl done called on me after I put it in there. Ooh, good times. But also, if you yourself need help in purity, let me let you know that it is chapter 3, purity, please. Okay, so just in case you don't know how to live pure and you need some guidance, you might have read the Bible, when 1 Corinthians 10 or 11, one of the numbers, 9, whatever the number is, where it's like your body's a temple, whatever
it is.
You might be like, okay. Sabrina Evans will bring it down for you in Anomaly chapter 3, purity, please. Okay, so don't you worry.
And if I could go back and he said be holy, but
let go.
But I think even thinking about that chapter, or thinking about sexual purity in general, like I would even say, like, I wish it was more of a conversation, like, because in normalizing, like, sex is not nasty, sex is not bad, none of those things in the confines of marriage.
Our parents definitely. I mean, it's not said that our parents didn't have that conversation, because they did, but I think just like you said, just normalizing it. Like, I mean, it's gonna happen. Hopefully, it happens, the right way in marriage and things like that. But like, we know it's going to happen, or that's just like it's. I don't want to be like it's a part of the culture, because it's a part of society more so, maybe. But it's just But I do agree with what you're saying. Second last. Oh, go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, if people understood the correlation of sex and legacy, I think they would totally see it differently. Like, that's how legacy continues. We talk about wealth, we talk about all these other things, we talk about money, but like, how do you pass things down to your children's children? You got to have children. So talking about that in correlation with legacy, I think that'll take away from the stigma and the this is that is this. But I think if people look at it like procreation and legacy, it really does bring honor back to sex.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. I guess he's going to be a part of our production this evening. Good thing we almost done. Okay.
Mama.
No, for real. And he chose the loudest toy, y'all. I mean, and I tried to take it from him, but he knows how to jump on the bed. So it just didn't work. Can I have this, please? You know this is going in the bloopers. But
Mama.
Let it go.
Mama.
Let go. Thank you. No, you can have your duck. Goodbye. I gotta go hide this. Just cannot. Okay. Woo! Help us, Lord. Okay. I'm gonna go into much. Anyways, okay, second to last question. From your book now. He's so in
Know what you doing?
Okay, like
You know what you do? Keith, you want to be by your mama.
Ooh. He's really trying to figure out a way to get to this toy. Please, sir.
Get it for me. Get it for me.
Okay. Can you drop a little negative advice now from your book for that incoming freshman or that college? Let's run that question all the way back. Can you drop a little negative advice now from your book for that incoming freshman or that recent graduate or even to the young adult? You know, what they be saying? Knowing what I know now.
Okay. Knowing what I know now. I think the biggest one is like, you have no reason to. How do I phrase this? I think the biggest thing is, you have no competition. You are literally in a lane of your own. You are in a class of your own. You are in a everything of your own. Like you're your own that, own your difference, own everything about you, own yourself, flaws and all. Work towards bettering your flaws, work towards strengthening your strengths. But just remember, like, you are in competition with no one. There's no other you. There's only one of you that's been built, made, created, crafted. I don't care if y'all have the same first, middle, and last name. It's still only one of you with your DNA. So like from whatever age you're at, whatever age you're at, is really just to own who you are, all edges, all areas, all of it. Own it and love it.
Edges, girl. But yes,
own it and love it.
That's so good. And I wish, like I said, we could do a story time because not me to tell you the times that Sabrina then got called up to that altar about that comparison that was trying to be the thief of her joy. Because when I mean to tell y'all that Sabrina is a standout, like I'm really just blessed to be her friend, okay?
And even in that, like those testimonies and just beautiful moments of reminding me.
Yes,
I think one thing I came to the realization of too is like, you can't live out of order, like you can't be out here being all up in everybody's face, loving on everybody, doing all this, and you neglect yourself. And that is literally the quickest thief of joy, is not honoring who you are. And that is a journey in its own right in my life, has been making sure you honor the order, love the Lord with all your heart, mind, soul, strength. Okay. And then love your neighbor as you do yourself. So yes, that would be my biggest advice to anybody. I feel like the quicker you learn to love yourself, the quicker you can love people and just live in harmony. All right. I'm not saying that things don't come up, and I'm not saying that humanity isn't a part of who we are. We're human, but we're also divine. So really, really tapping into the understanding of, like, you're in a lane of your own, you in a class of your own, you in everything of your own is importante.
Important. Yes. All right. The last question. When can we expect a part 2?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I've no idea.
That's all right. We thought we would ask. For the people. And let me see. Before
I may not have a part 2, but Zoe will have a part 1.
Okay, cause see, my God. Ooh, we gonna end with the intro of the intro. Just that first paragraph, so y'all get a little taste. Introduction. College is a very strange and confusing time for young adults. You barely know yourself, and you are doing everything in your power to impress others. You believe that being 18 equates to you being grown, when really you are just awkward, fam. Awkward. Yo, this is how Sabrina talk. Many college students are struggling with their identity, asking themselves, who in the world am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? So many questions climb across the mound of thoughts that we have cycled through our brains. College is full of lessons, thoughts, opinions, and fears. You begin to compare yourself to others and create a version of yourself that is less than them. You become unsure of who you are, and doubt tampers with your ability to trust. Fear grips your mind and tries to scare you from your promises, presenting a drowning sensation that weighs you down. The world starts to feel heavy, and you see yourself being cast away by the waves. This is college. This is the new normal. This is your life. I mean, como se dice, captivating. Okay, so let me tell you, as we wrap this right on up, if you would like to get you a copy of Anomaly, please visit sabrinaevans.net or amazon.com, but really sabrinaevans.net, okay? Really, it's really sabrinaevans.net. Okay, I mean, we love Amazon. You can get anything off of Amazon, but really, we love Sabrina more. So if you really love her, or if you really love me like you say you love me, believe me, go to sabrinaevans.net, okay? Go to sabrinaevans.net to copy your book. Links to that will be in the description box below. Miss Evans, we really appreciate you being on Dear You by me. Okay, we appreciate your time, your little pour, your little preach in the middle. Okay, we appreciate it. And I guess keep you.
I appreciate being here. I appreciate 8+ years of friendship. And I know y'all might be watching, but if you're not following, make sure you hit the bell. All right, subscribe.
Because the Lord is really pushing on and tapping on this little heart of mine to go ahead and make videos.
This little heart of mine.
Okay, I'm trying to. She loves,
let it shine.
Loves a correction. She loves a correction.
Want to heal? Let it.
But no. Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all can catch me on Instagram at Zoe Tiava. That's ZoeTyava. Okay. Or Do You By Me. We're trying to grow that Instagram page. Okay. And shout out to this girl right here. If you ever needs a logo with something, also hit up Sabrina. Hold on, let me not get it wrong. I think it's Sabrina Evans LLC at gmail.com. I will also link that below because my good sis, she going places, she doing things. Okay. I mean, we all going places and doing things, but like, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna just have to do like different parts so I can talk to all my like really good friends, because Sabrina's not lying. It really has been 8+ years of friendship from 2013 to now. We give glory to God. Glory to God, because that senior year of college, Lord, I was ready to kick Sabrina to the curb because I was going through it, but Sabrina would not go to the curb. She wouldn't. And then she's convinced that I'm gonna spend my life in Richmond with her, but we all know that ain't true.
She can go, but she'll come back. That's all right. You can go have your little fun.
It's like nah, but have
your little fun. Live your dreams.
Just live your life. Hey, ain't that right, Keats? Okay, I'm just kidding. But
yeah, that's right for Keats. Living.
I mean, my God, that's certainly going in the bloopers. But seriously, thanks, Sabrina, for being on. Hopefully, we'll catch you soon.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for pulling all of this out of me.
Oh yeah, because it's not even the first of many, because she's been interviewed before, but this is like many of many, because also Sabrina finna be talking to let me not even spill her tea. All right, y'all, this is just what am I trying to say? We finna wrap it up. We love y'all. God bless y'all. We gonna see y'all in the next video. Bye.